Hello everyone, we have some very exciting legality updates that will come into effect for the 3-card blind format beginning this February. To begin, I'd like to remind you all that the new set Aether Drift will be legal to submit in February's main event tournament. The full set hasn't been spoiled yet, but we've already seen some exciting new additions to the format, like Basri, Tomorrow's Champion. Next, I'd like to review the most recent ban vote where community members voted on the legality of Prairie Dog, Soul Partition, Heartfire Hero, Leyline of Singularity, and Invasion of Goku Con. All of these cards, with the exception of Leyline of Singularity, were added to the ban list. The outcome for Leyline of Singularity was as close as it gets. A single vote could have flipped the outcome in the other direction. Unsurprisingly, Prairie Dog and Soul Partition had relatively similar looking vote distributions and were perceived very negatively by the majority of the community. We will continue to see remote farm decks moving forward, but they've taken a couple of big hits with these 2 cards leaving the format, so hopefully these sorts of decks will be a little less prevalent. Heartfire Hero had a significant divide between folks who wanted to see the card gone for good and others who wanted to give it one more chance to open up the possibility of voting on one of the other components of that Alpine Moon Hammerheim Heartfire Hero deck. And the final card on our list, Invasion of Goku Con, saw our highest number of neutral voters, which makes sense because although Invasion of Goku Con won our exemplar pod during January, it was not particularly popular, so many players may not have had strong opinions about it. Those who did have strong opinions about it, though, preferred to see the card take its turn on the ban list. And finally, we need to discuss the outcomes of the Unbanned Vote that supporters of this community have the privilege of participating in. We are about to see 2 iconic and influential 3-card blind powerhouses make their return to the format. The first of these was Bitter Blossom, which was last legal in April of 2024. Because Bitter Blossom is an enchantment, it is resistant to many forms of removal, and its go-wide strategy, with evasive creatures that can block, compared to the Skrelvhive tokens that can't block, makes Bitter Blossom a very challenging card to race for single-threat decks. There is no question in my mind that Bitter Blossom is going to change the lay of the land of the meta. The other card that we saw unbanned was Maze of Ith, which was last legal in August of 2024. Maze of Ith is an incredibly effective card at shutting down single threats and stalling out the game. Its ability to stall out the game allowed for slower storage land-based strategies to hold out on casting highly potent and resilient threats to end the game. And despite not having the most consistent track record, I think it's worth mentioning here that the most popular Maze of Ith deck was Bloodhall Ooze, Leyline of the Guild Pack, and Maze of Ith. A common thread between Maze of Ith and Bitter Blossom is they're both effective at slowing down combat-based win conditions. I'm very excited to see how these legality changes shape the upcoming meta, and I'm looking forward to hearing all of your thoughts on these impactful updates. Thanks for watching everyone, and see you soon.